What if you were chosen for the one job you absolutely, positively did not want to do? Not a job that was hard, not a job that was boring, but a job that made your stomach turn because you knew what the result would be and you hated it before it even started. Most people think running away from your calling is a sign of fear, but this man wasn't afraid of the mission. He was afraid of what would happen if it succeeded. This is the story of a man who ran in the wrong direction, and everything it took to turn him around. His name doesn't matter as much as his role. He was a messenger, the kind of person trusted to carry divine instructions to people who needed to hear them. And he was good at it. He had a track record. He knew the weight of the assignment, and he always delivered. Until one morning, the message arrived, and the destination was somewhere he never expected. The name of the city hit him like cold water. It wasn't a place he loved. It was a place that had caused suffering, real, documented, historical suffering, to people he cared about. This city was known for cruelty, for power used without mercy, for taking what it wanted and leaving destruction behind. And now he was being asked to walk into the middle of it and give those people a chance to change. He understood the implication immediately. If he delivered this warning, and if those people actually listened, then they would be forgiven. Just like that. All that pain, all that history, wiped clean. He didn't want to be the person who made that possible, so he made a decision that would change everything. He ran. Now, there's something almost darkly comic about trying to escape the one being who exists everywhere. But that didn't stop him from trying. He found a ship heading in the exact opposite direction of where he was supposed to go. Paid his fare, climbed aboard, found a quiet corner below deck, and convinced himself that distance was the same thing as safety. For a moment, it even felt like it was working. Then, the sky changed. Sailors are not easily frightened. These were men who had spent their lives reading weather, managing risk, riding out storms. But this one was different. The waves weren't behaving the way waves behave. The wind wasn't following patterns, and every man on that ship could feel it. Something was wrong in a way that went beyond weather. They were praying to every name they knew, every tradition, every deity, every protection they had ever been taught. They called on all of it. And where was our reluctant messenger during all of this? Asleep. Not the peaceful sleep of innocence. The heavy, exhausted sleep of someone carrying guilt they haven't yet admitted to themselves. He had buried his conscience so deep that even a supernatural storm couldn't wake him up, until the captain grabbed him by the shoulder and shook him out of it. Get up, pray, do something. We are dying out here. He opened his eyes. He heard the ship groaning. He felt the tilt of the deck. And in that moment of clarity, the kind that only comes when everything is falling apart, he knew. This was because of him. He didn't try to talk his way out of it. He didn't bargain or negotiate or pretend ignorance. He walked up to the crew, looked them in the eyes, and told them the truth. He was running from a divine assignment. The storm was connected to him, and there was only one way to stop it: throw him overboard. The crew hesitated. These were not ruthless men. They tried everything else first, rowing harder, lightening the load. But the storm only intensified. Finally, with genuine regret, they let him go. The moment he hit the water, the sea went calm. The sailors stood at the railing, speechless. They had just watched a man confess his failure, accept the consequences, and disappear into the deep. And the storm had stopped, like someone had turned off a switch. But the story doesn't end at the bottom of the sea, because the same force that had sent him on this mission had not given up on him. Something enormous rose from the deep. And before he could process what was happening, he was inside it. Dark, still, alive, barely, impossibly, inexplicably alive, inside the belly of a creature that should have ended him. 3 days in darkness, with nothing but his own thoughts and the weight of everything he had been avoiding. Have you ever been forced to sit alone with yourself, truly alone, no distractions, no escape, and face the thing you've been running from? That's where he was, and that's where everything shifted. He prayed. Not the polished, composed kind of prayer someone offers when they feel righteous. The broken kind. The kind that starts with, "I was wrong," and doesn't try to make it sound elegant. He admitted he had run. He admitted why. He admitted that his anger, his very human, very understandable anger, had caused him to put his own judgment above the mission he had been given. And then something extraordinary happened. He was released, deposited back on dry land, given the assignment one more time. No punishment, no lecture, no, "I told you so." Just, "Go now and do what I asked." And this time, he went. He walked into that city. This enormous, overwhelming, historically hostile city, and delivered the message he had been carrying all along. He told them that their actions had consequences, that a reckoning was coming, that they still had a window to change. He expected them to laugh. He expected hostility, maybe violence. What he got was silence. And then something he had never seen before, never in all his years as a messenger, happened. The entire city stopped. From the highest authority to the lowest laborer, they heard the warning and they took it seriously. They changed their behavior. They turned inward. They asked for mercy, and mercy was given. You might think that's the happy ending, but our messenger sat outside the city walls, and he was furious. This is the part of the story people skip past too quickly because it's uncomfortable. He didn't celebrate the transformation of an entire city. He didn't marvel at what had just happened. He complained. "This is exactly what I was afraid of. I knew you would do this. I knew you would forgive them. That's why I ran." His honesty is almost jarring. He wasn't hiding his feelings behind polite theology. He was admitting plainly that he disagreed with grace being offered to people he felt didn't deserve it. And here's what's remarkable about the response he received. He wasn't struck down. He wasn't condemned. He was asked a question. Is it right for you to be this angry? That's it. Just a question. An invitation to examine whether the anger he was protecting so fiercely was actually worth the cost of carrying it. Because the real lesson of this story isn't about one city being spared. It's about the human tendency to want grace for ourselves and judgment for everyone else. We want second chances for the people we love, and consequences for the people who have hurt us. The reluctant messenger received his second chance in the belly of a creature in the middle of the sea. He just hadn't quite decided yet whether other people deserved theirs. The most radical idea in this entire story is not a whale. It's not a storm. It's not even a citywide transformation overnight. It's this: second chances don't get distributed based on whether we deserve them. They get distributed because of something bigger than our mistakes, bigger than our running, bigger than our resistance. The messenger ran. The city failed. Both were found anyway. Whatever you're running from right now, whatever assignment feels too unfair, whatever forgiveness feels too generous, maybe the real question isn't whether they deserve grace. Maybe it's whether you're willing to be the person who delivers it. If this story moved you, hit subscribe. More stories like this every week.